Hello, and welcome to another edition of NBN Wheel of Tales. Tonight, the Wheel of Tales spins a tale of hurt, acceptance, and love. So, grab your blankets and your hot cocoa, or chill drink, if you will. You are going to need it.
Can we please talk about this?
I'm done talking. You are just too self-involved, and there is no space for anyone or anything to thrive around you.
So, what are you saying?
It's over. That's what I'm saying.
Z drifts in sleep as the words play over her dreamy head. The speaker in the plane comes alive.
Attention all passengers. We are about to land. Welcome to Lagos.
Z opens her eyes and looking out the window and seeing the rooftops of the Lagos houses that was all too familiar to her. She forgot the dregs of her breakup with her 4 years lover, David. Now she was going home to meet family and enjoy the Christmas holiday. Z was welcomed home with shouts of joy from her older and younger siblings, her father's hugs, and her mother's kiss. She was welcomed with her mother's special homemade pepper soup. She was just about to take her first spoon when a car drove into the compound. With a questioning look, she asked if her cousins were coming, but her father replied, "Not quite." Looking from the window, Z saw David step out of the car with his box. In that moment, all her hopes for a peacefully relaxed Christmas was burnt out. Before her mother could say anything, Z stormed out to meet David, insisting that his invitation to her family's Christmas ended when he broke up with her. He said he understood and he's only here because her parents invited him. Z sent a burning look to her parents. Now in the living room, Z found out that despite the breakup, David kept in touch with her family and kept on checking them and visiting them whenever he could spare the chance. Seeing the sincere gesture in this, it was hard to kick him away, noting that her parents invited him because they knew he would spend the holiday alone without warmth or love. With that in mind, she gave in, but she was on a mission now. She was going to sabotage his name and make this his last Christmas with her family. As the holidays progressed with different activities, David could admit to himself that he missed her, and she had somehow fixed the self-absorbed flaw in her that made him call things off. Normally, she would be held up in her room reading or working and barely helping during the celebration. Now she was running activities and helping the children's departments plan for their carol event. Truly, he was falling for her all over again. Or did he ever stop falling for her? That was a question he had to really answer. Z could admit that it was good having David around. But if he didn't want her, he doesn't get to be around her family. Her plans had been in effect. She'd made him look bad by making him rinse several chores and baking items. But he, despite knowing she was behind it, owned up to it, and that made her family love him more. But Z was not done yet. For her masterpiece, Z set David up by making her mother walk in the moment after David found one of the broken vases that belonged to her grandmother. David could see the disappointment look in Z's mother's eye. He saw the sad look the family held in their eyes when they came in, and he could see the glint of joy in Z's eye. It was then he understood that Z would stop at nothing to get rid of him. Left alone with his thoughts, he packed his things, left 2 letters at the family's table, and left at first light. Z walked into the family's table and was stunned to see her family gathered around the dinner table. Her mother gave her the letter that David left for her. Her mother told her that though David took the blame, she knew that he had been Z doing the mischief all along. Now, sad that she had hurt her mother, Z read the letter, and the one thing she got from the letter that had her heart racing was the fact that David still loved her, and he believed she didn't love him anymore. With her jacket in one hand and her father's car keys in the other, she raced for the door. She was determined to prove him wrong, because by the heavens, she was still crazy in love with him. From what I hear, they are planning a Christmas wedding this Christmas. I'm so going to be there. How about you? And that brings us to the end of our tale tonight, folks. We hope to see you in our next edition of NBN Wheels. Bye!